What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We're back here on Madden 25 here for another Madden rebuild. We just did New England Patriots. We're going to stay in the AFC East and let's rebuild the Miami Dolphins because, man, are they in a bad spot right now. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. And I do say in a bad spot lightly because obviously Tua is expected to return this week, but man, they have looked horrendous lately. They just have. They've not had a solid backup quarterback option since they've had Tua, it feels like. They have Skylar Thompson, but they should have been more aggressive in getting a really good, reliable backup quarterback because that has been a problem for them. When Tua has been hurt, they have just been horrendous. When Tua is playing, they've been great. And they just need to make sure that Tua stays healthy, which obviously is, completely out of their hands. And it's just a matter of him getting hit or not. And, the concussions are a problem for him. But he is expected to be back. They're only 2-4 on the season. A bye week has definitely helped, obviously giving Tua more rest. But, man, it has been not great when they've played without him. So, obviously, Tua returns this week, which is fantastic. They definitely need him. You got Tua, you got Raheem Mostert and Devon Achane. I'm going to continue to start Devon Achane because I do believe he's the more upside back. You have Wright as well down here, Jalen Waddle, Braxton Berrios, Odell Beckham, who I don't even know if he's done anything this year so far. Teron Armstead, Isaiah Wynn, Brewer. We definitely need to upgrade the offensive line quite a bit, especially if we're going to protect Tua. And on the defense side of football, you got Brooks, David Long, Bradley Chubb. You got Robinson. Is that Chop Robinson, if I'm not mistaken, that got in the draft? Yes, it's Chop Robinson. And on the corner, you got Javon Holland, of course, on defense, which is great too. And then you have Jordan Poyer, who I forgot they got him, Kendall Fuller, Jalen Ramsey. So not bad at all. So what we're going to do is, of course, as usual, we're going to simulate the rest of season one. We started 2-4 on the season. So we'll see if things end up picking themselves up. We'll find out as we simulate. They're going to be getting Arizona, Buffalo, and LA the next 3 games. We'll see if we can maybe go on a 3-game win streak, get ourselves back to over 500. And maybe we'll find ourselves in the playoffs, but let's see how that goes. So at the end of the season, we finished up at 6-11. So we only won 4 more games after Tua had returned. So there's clearly a lot more work to be done on this roster. So if we take a look at the player stats, you had offensively 18th in the NFL, and on the defense side of football, let's see what we got going on here. We had 3rd in the NFL, so not bad. Tua 22-13 on the season. Devon Achane 830 yards on the ground. Tyreek Hill only 970, which is absolutely a crime. This man should be an 1,000-yard wide receiver each and every year. Obviously, Waddle should be there as well. Defensively, sacks-wise, he had 9 from Jalen Phillips, who I believe got hurt, 6.5 sacks, 4 from Calais Campbell, and 2 interceptions from Poyer and 2 from Jalen Ramsey. So clearly, there's a lot of work to be done in this roster. 6-11 in the season does not cut it for a team that, I wouldn't say the Dolphins are like Super Bowl aspiration contending type team, but they're pretty borderline there. They're really right there in the vicinity. They haven't been able to have much success in the playoffs, obviously. And it's just been, and of course, the year before, not last year, of course, they lost to the Chiefs, but the year before that, I believe Tua didn't even play. So that made a massive difference, of course, as well. But let's just get this offseason where it looks like we only have $14 million in cap space. So not a ton of money to work with, but there could be some salaries we could cut. So we'll see who's a free agent and stuff. So let's take a look at that first and foremost to see who is a free agent. So Javon Holland, of course, that is a must resign. A corner, David Long, Jordan Poyer, Braxton Berrios. So not a whole lot of guys that we need to resign. I do want to bring back Javon Holland if possible. That'd be a massive miss on this defense if we aren't able to keep him around. So I think that would be a good start is to getting him back. Definitely would like to get this corner back as well, but let's go take a look. And David Long, wouldn't mind that either. But let's take a look and see who is making all the money on this roster and if there's anybody who's like an obvious cut. So savings wise, no, not at all. There's not an obvious cut anywhere, actually. So there's really nowhere to save money unless we start restructuring contracts, which that will get you in trouble down the line. So we're about to go into this offseason with not a whole lot of wiggle room to make upgrades, which just isn't a great feeling. So Javon Holland back is great, but that gives us about $3 million in cap space to work with after that. So we pretty much have to let everybody else go. We have 40 players on the roster. Holy moly, this is a disaster right now. This is not good. Okay, so Paul, who is in the background, did develop in 74, which is great, but the offensive line is atrocious. Odell Beckham's gone, obviously. We'll keep Achane, Tua, Skylar Thompson. So the O-line is definitely the problem on the offense, and 3rd wide receiver is definitely needed as well. They're just all around really bad because we're not even able to address anything anything we need right now. which just isn't a great feeling at all. So we're probably gonna go in the next season with this similar roster, which really sucks because this team does not look good at all. A lot of work still needs done here, and we just don't have the ability to address anything, which is just really unfortunate. There's just no way. There's just no wiggle room, nothing. So we're gonna have to try to hit on some picks in the draft. We're not gonna be able to do anything. We have 10. I guess we have $10 million in cap space. So let's take a look and see if we can do anything here. So Ryan Kelly, I mean, we do need. He is a guy I sign quite often. Paulson Adebo would be nice too. We got Jalen Warren. We got Matthew Judon. We got Adebo. So Ryan Kelly, I mean, we do need a bit. We need him in linebacker as well. There's so many things we could definitely need, and just not enough money to address it. So can I get Ryan Kelly? No. So I'm not able to sign him. Can I get Paulson Adebo? No. Can't get him either. All right. Is there anybody else we can go for? So Judon. Jerome Baker, I guess. I think he used to play for Miami. I mean, he'd be the guy. We'd need a middle linebacker in the middle. So I'll see if we can get him. And we are number one offer, so if we can get him, that'd be great. So we get Jerome Baker, so that's a solid addition, but it's not going to fix everything we absolutely need, but I'll take it. So O-line, interior line needs some help. A third wide receiver would be in line as well. So taking a look at the defense now, Jerome Baker makes things look a little bit different. Strong safety, defensive line, all kind of needs addressed. There's a lot of work to be done and just not enough money to do anything. So I'll see y'all on draft night, where we'll try to fill all of our holes as much as possible on draft night. But of course, it's not going to be easy. We have pick number 9 ahead of this draft. So let's go ahead and see who ends up being available at number 9. So taking a look, we got Jalen Milroe, Quinn Ewers, Cam Ward. So obviously we could take the Miami quarterback, but we're not going to do that. So Emory Jones or a corner, or Luther. We could take Luther Burden, which is interesting. I mean, this does give us the ability to potentially move on from Tua, or sorry, not from Tua, from Tyreek or Jalen. Well, we'd probably move on from Tyreek Hill, obviously, if we did that. Do I want to do that is the question. Luther Burden, of course, I know is one of the best wide receiver prospects in this upcoming draft. We do need a third wide receiver. I probably should take O-line, but you know what? Screw it. I'm going to take Luther Burden. So he will be our pick. Number 3 in true value, drafted number 9. Welcome to Miami. That gives us a dynamic weapon with Tua. And now the rest of this is probably going to have to be like D-line. It's going to be interior stuff, like D-line or O-line. So whatever is available, we'll take. So let's take a look and see if there's any of that is available. Oh, we do need we got TJ Sanders, who potential undrafted free agent, so it doesn't look good. Ashton Gene T, but we won't do that, obviously. So we do have a left guard on the board, so that's probably where our next pick will fall. Donovan Jackson, Ohio State, A-impact blocking. I mean, to me, this is a no-brainer. We need offensive line help, and we take him, and that is going to be a good start. So Donovan Jackson and Luther Burden, so far, feels pretty decent to come out of this draft with. So now we go to round 3, and we'll see what we can do in round 3. Oh, we don't have a round 3 pick, actually. So we only have a round 4 pick, so no round 3 pick for us. Round 4... we got left tackle, which might be the pick, honestly. We got a quarterback at LSU. Let's take a look at this left tackle, Joshua Gray. So, B impact blocking. I mean, this is a round 4 pick. I'll just take Joshua Gray and call it a day. No need to write. Number 3. Oh, wow. What a bad pick. Although he's Hen Dev. Okay, well. Interesting. I don't know if he'll be good, but apparently he will be. So, maybe it'll be something we have on the offensive line right now, but that will be our offseason. So we get Devon Holland re-signed, we get Jerome Baker, we get Luther Burden, we get Donovan Jackson, we get a left tackle in round 4. So we'll see how this goes. A lot of work still needs done on this roster, but you can't say we shouldn't be able to have a ton of weapons to throw to, right? You can't say that about us. All things considered, the offensive line doesn't look terrible going into season number 2. It's decent. It could be better, but I can work with this. So we got Teron Armstead, Donovan Jackson, Brewer, Paul, Jackson, Jonnu Smith, and Smythe at the tight end. We got Tyreek Hill. We got Jalen Waddle. We got Luther Burden, who we just drafted. We got Devon Achane and Jalen Wright, Tua, and we got Rourke behind him as well. So that all looks good. And it's an 80% scheme fit, so we might look at changing that. Defensively, it looks like Madden drafted us a hidden development right end, so we can't be too mad about that. And we did know that we needed a strong safety. Is this a corner who's listed? Cam Smith is, okay. You know, low-key, it might be in our best interest to play him as strong safety because 66 overall, although he's our third corner, so maybe we shouldn't do that either. Yeah, it's just screwed, man. We should have signed a strong safety or found a way to draft one. I didn't, and that is something I will probably pay for. We can move Nick Needham there, I guess. Maybe we put him there at the starting strong safety, I guess. So that's probably what we'll do. Not the best fit in the world, but offensively, we can go vertical zone run at 84. So we'll probably do that. And defensively, 4-6. We're obviously going to keep this at base 3-4 probably. So we'll go to base 3-4. And that is what we'll roll with for season number 2. Kind of low-key expecting not to make the playoffs because there's just so much still wrong with this roster. But, I mean, we have Tua, we got Tyreek Hill, and we have Luther Burden as well. So you would expect that maybe this could be a playoff team. We'll see how this goes, and hopefully it works out to what we want it to be. Hopefully we end up being a playoff team like I think we should be able to be. But again, you never really know. We'll see what happens at the end of year 2. So at the end of this season, we finish up at 9-8. So we do go over 500, but at the end of the day, it does not get us in the playoffs, which, you know, sucks because obviously if you're the Dolphins, you want to be a playoff team. Offensively, we're 7th in the NFL, which is expected. And defensively, we were 20th in the NFL. So offensively, Tua, 34 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Von Achane, 967 yards, 12 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill, Luther Burden, and then Waddle and Jonnu Smith were all fantastic. So Tyreek Hill back to what he's supposed to be. Luther Burden as a rookie was amazing as well, which is great. Sacks-wise, you had 8.5 from Jalen Phillips, 8.5 from Zach Steeler. You had 5 receptions from Fuller, 4 from Jalen Ramsey, and 3 from Brooks, and 3 from Jack Howell, who I guess, you know, shout out to him, got some interceptions at that strong safety spot. All right, well, we're going to be getting in the offseason once again because obviously this didn't work out. I don't know if we'll have a bunch of cap space open up or not. It's looking like we only had 980K, so not a whole lot might change this offseason, but some things might change here, of course, because I think the cap space like changes obviously when you get into the offseason. So we'll see what it ends up becoming because this is going to, all right, negative $45 million cash. Negative 45 is crazy, bro. Oh my goodness. What are we going to freaking do? We are screwed, bro. Like, if there's anybody's a free agent, we're not going to be able to bring anybody back. I'm assuming, like, imagine Tyreek Hill's a free agent right now. Like, Phillips, Kendall Fuller. Okay, so there's only 2 important free agents. Like, Jonnu Smith was our starting tight end. Holy moly, what a disaster. Negative $46 million is insane, bro. That is wild. That is wild to say the least. Kendall Fuller. I mean, can I franchise tag Phillips and just make it worse? I don't even think it would let me do that. Like, I can't even franchise tag him, bro. Wow. That is insane. That is actually insane. I didn't know anybody's cap space situation could be this bad. I mean, is there anybody like, dude, is there any way to change this? I doubt it. Like, so Tyreek Hill, cutting him. I mean, it might be time to trade Tyreek Hill. I hate to do it to him, but we did just draft Luther Burden. But we'd save $39 million by trading Tyreek Hill away. I think we do it. I think you have to. We have to save some money somewhere. We could also maybe trade Teron Armstead. There's a lot of things we need to do here because if we just go in the next season expecting things to stay the same, we're just setting ourselves up for failure. But like I said, what we could do is trade Tyreek Hill for a great trade package, and I think that's the best course of action, unfortunately. So as much as I love Tyreek Hill, we can get a first-round pick or 2 for him and set ourselves up. I think we got to do it, and I hate to do it, but we got to. So I've thrown Tyreek Hill in the trade finder, and we got DJ Campbell and a second-round pick being offered to us. We got Brian Thomas being offered to us. Got Paulson Adebo being offered to us, and we got George Pickens. So this Paulson Adebo trade is interesting because we get a third-rounder in this draft, but none of those are really doing it for me. So let's see who's interested in Tyreek Hill. Is there anybody that has like green interest in Tyreek Hill? Is there anybody that could take him on? So the Jaguars immediately come to mind. The Patriots come to mind as well. They need a wide receiver. So let's see if the Patriots would be, trading them in the division is wild, but would they give me the 4th overall pick for, that's a little too steep. I doubt it. That's pretty crazy to ask for. The Rams, they have money to, use. Do they want to try to take Tyreek Hill? So this is a late first-round pick, which I think we can get away with. Now, I don't want to just take, what if we got a second in this draft as well? And then, or whoops, did I just not, I meant to add the second, sorry. First, second, and, I'm just trying to get as much value as possible. I don't know if they would actually do this. Kyron Williams, Jared Verse. I mean, are we even able to take a player in return? I actually have no idea. We could take a left tackle or a middle linebacker. Let's see if they'd give me Barrett Carter. Can we even do this trade? No, we can't even do that. Can we even make this happen? A first and a second for Tyreek Hill. This trade would put your team. So we can't even trade Tyreek Hill even if we tried. So I think we have to use the trade finder, and that might not even work because it might, when we try to submit the trade, it might say you can't do this. But if we do the trade with Brian Thomas, Let's, yeah, we can't even trade Tyreek Hill, bro. What am I talking about? Like, we're not even gonna be able to do that. We're so screwed, bro. It's not even funny. Holy moly, this is a disaster. All right, well, we're in free agency right now. I assume maybe if I cut some players and then I cut Tyreek Hill, we'd be able to do it. But the guys I would cut, like, I don't want to cut them. I want to trade them. We can't even make a freaking trade right now. It's actually unbelievable. Tua, I'm not going to cut. Teron Armstead, I'm not going to cut for nothing. I can cut Bradley Chubb, but I don't even know if that would get me to the point. Zach Sealer, I could cut. So we could cut Chubb and Sealer, and maybe that would do it. I guess that's where we start. So let's cut Bradley Chubb, which I hate doing, and let's cut Zach Sealer, and that's already going to, get rid of a lot of talent that we already have. So that's $60 million freed up. And then let's see if we traded Tyreek Hill. Would that, would we be able to trade him now is the question. So that is where we're at with the Tyreek Hill trade. So if we throw him in there, that should, I think, in theory, put me... Okay, so we can do it now. So that's where we're at. So we had to cut those guys. So let's go back to the Rams, and let's see if we can get their first, a second, and then a player off of them for Tyreek Hill. Would they do this is the question. I have no idea if they would even do this, but I'm going to try. So Dotson, Cooper Kupp, Will Campbell, Barrett Carter, Kobe Turner. Like, what do I want? Cameron Curl. Cam Curl sounds intriguing, but he's making a little too much money for my liking. First, obviously, they're not going to trade away. Will Campbell or Barrett Carter is probably the two guys I'm looking at. So let's see if they would do this. A first, a second, and a middle linebacker for Tyreek. They say no, so they're not going to do it. What about a first and Barrett Carter for Tyreek Hill? And they still don't do it. Okay, so let's move on from the Rams. Let's go talk to the Patriots again, as I mentioned. So would they do the 4th overall pick for Tyreek Hill straight up? They decline it, but they're really close to accepting this. Okay, so let's say we get Gonzalez would be crazy to ask for. Paulson Debo's making too much money. Hubbard, I mean, is there anything they can throw me? No, not at all. All right, what if they give me a second rounder as well? And then I will give you Teron Armstead. Do you want Teron Armstead on top of what else? You want Teron Armstead? Because we got to save money anyway. So Teron Armstead, even the first and the second, and then your first next year. What do you think about this little deal? Would they do this is the question. 2 very high picks in this draft. We save a bunch of money by doing this. They don't agree to that. So they say no. They don't want Armstead. Okay, so maybe we have to leave it at this. Obviously, if we do this, they're going to say no now. The first and the second. They were very close to just taking Tyreek Hill. What if I just threw in like some crappy picks? Like, would that make a difference? Not trying to take too much time in this Tyreek Hill trade, but I want to make sure I do it right. All right, so this isn't gonna work either. All right, I'm gonna make this trade happen. All right, we made a trade happen. So we're sending Tyreek Hill a 4th, 5th, and 4th over to the Steelers for a 1st and 2nd in this draft, and we get Joey Porter Jr. So to me, that was well worth it. Would the Steelers actually do that in real life? Probably not. But now we've saved quite a bit of money, so we trade Tyreek Hill, and I hate doing it, but that gives us the ability to draft a little bit more and get quite a few impact players on this roster, which is what we needed. We have Luther Burden to replace him, so I'm not really too upset about that. We have Alec Ingold as our tight end right now, which obviously I don't want him as our tight end, but offensive line is okay. It could be better, as I mentioned, but we can keep Teron Armstead around, or we can still trade him if we need to save even more money. Defensively, we got a lot worse because obviously we cut Zach Sealer. But the left end they drafted us is pretty good. But we got Joey Porter, which was great. We still need a strong safety. I do think it is in our best interest probably to trade Teron Armstead as well. So let's go trade him, and then we can be ready to go into this draft. So let's see what the offers are if we just try to trade him. So a center, okay. We got a corner. We got a middle linebacker. We got another corner. And we got a wide receiver, Ricky White, which is solid, but obviously I'm not doing that. So I got to make my own trade here again. So who has the money to take Teron Armstead is the question. So the Cardinals, but they don't have any interest in him. Okay. What about the Colts? The Colts don't have any interest in me either. The Eagles, no interest. Okay. Ooh, anybody got interest in Teron Armstead here? No interest across the league for Teron Armstead, unfortunately. But I'm not going to give up. Maybe I can't get much for him, but I'm still going to try to trade him away because I want value for him. So would the Cardinals give me a 3rd rounder, maybe? What about, would they give me a 3rd rounder for Teron Armstead? I would just take that. Maybe I could sneak in a player in here, like a young player. I don't know if I could get this lucky. Would you give me Jalen? No, they're not going to do that, right? No way they'd do this. Jalen Thompson, Yo, they're actually really close to accepting this. I'll even swap the 3rd with you. Actually, you can have my third next year. And we do this. I get Jalen Thompson. Come on. So close to accepting this. We're doing this. 6th, 7th, and then my 5th next year. I don't care. Give me Jalen Thompson. We got it. Jalen Thompson addresses our strong safety spot. So now we have Javon Holland and Jalen Thompson, which feels fantastic. So that will be a dream scenario. So now Jalen Thompson, our strong safety, Javon Holland. I love it. All right, now we go to this draft with some extra draft picks. We might have a little bit of money in free agency to spend as well, so I'll go take a look at free agency. But yeah, this offseason was beautiful. We made the best of what we had. Not the most realistic trades in the world, I will admit that, but I'm still happy to have it regardless. So all I'm signing in free agency is our third wide receiver, and that is going to be Khalil Shakir. So get Khalil Shakir as our third wide receiver to give Tua another weapon. But now we go in this draft and pretty much address everything else we need through the draft. So there's going to be some offensive line that needs drafted. There's going to be some other things, but we got return on Armstead. We got rid of Tyreek Hill. We have Luther Burden and Jalen Waddle as our wide receivers now. We have Devon Achane still. We got Tua. But we're about to go in this draft with some extra draft capital that we just obviously acquired from Tyreek Hill and Teron Armstead trades. But taking a look at the roster going in. So offensive line, center, and left tackle is absolutely needed. We do need a tight end as well, so probably should have looked into that in the free agency. We don't have a tight end at all. Defensively, we need D-line help and another pass rusher, it looks like. That'll be another thing we need to look into. But overall, pretty solid all around in what we got going on. But let's get in this draft and let's lock in and let's get what we need in this draft. So we will be picking at number 17 and 27 in this first round, which is great. So first pick, which is ours from being 9 and 8, being mid. So let's see what's on the board for us. All right, so we got a quarterback, which we won't take, obviously. We won't take a quarterback. So we got a right tackle, which is obviously something we absolutely need. So we got Pritchett. We got a pass block. We got all looks good. So I'm going to start with this draft with Elijah Pritchett. He'll be our first pick. Number 65 true value, but he is hidden depth, so that's all we're looking for. So not the best pick in the world, but, great pick still nonetheless. Now we're picking at 27. So I'm hoping for a tight end to be here because we do need a tight end. We don't have one at all, which is my bad. But we do have a tight end on the board. So Arkansas tight end, to me, no-brainer here. It's a need. Beat catching traffic. I'm not even going to think twice. I don't know what his last name is. For some reason, it's blanked out. Number 57 true value, drafted in 27, but still hidden depth. So that will take care of the offense on the ball. We could take another tackle if we wanted to, but the rest could be defense in theory if you want. So that's 2 seconds here. Let's take a look at what we got for this one. So we got a quarterback still. Malachi Lawrence, to me, makes a ton of sense scheme fit wise and kind of need this. So actually, he sucks. His finesse moves are an F. That's something I'll steer away from. Wide receiver, a strong safety. We just got our strong safety. We could take another corner. What else we got? We got a D tackle. So Jordan Hall out of Georgia looks good. Round 1 to 2. He looks okay. A-player recognition. Maybe there's different, but Georgia guys are, pretty solid. We have Crawford down here out of Auburn. See what he's looking like. Nothing too crazy that's standing out, but I will take Crawford here. And he'll be number 42 in true value. So pretty solid pick. We'll start the second round off really solid. And we'll go see what our next pick at 59 is. And again, we do need another pass rusher at that linebacker spot. So we'll see if that is also here. We got Jalen Husky, so we could take another corner out of Maryland. Don't hate that idea. A middle linebacker we don't need. So do we want to take Jalen Husky here? Let's see what he's looking like. I didn't really... Nope, not at all. Not interested. Okay. Strong safety, no. Left end, we got Overton. And then more corners. We could take another. So this is a tight end. We got cornerbacks. We got a middle linebacker who looks solid. Pass coverage linebacker here, which is pretty rare to usually find in these. But not seeing anything too significant. But I might look at one of these two corners. So that's a strong safety. Hancock doesn't look very good. We got a minute 12 to make our pick. And I'm not in love with anything I'm seeing right now. LT Overton. B finesse moves. It's not looking good, man. Okay. Martin, Lewis, Fairchild, another corner. Tight end who actually looks really solid. All right, corner. Kobe Johnson or middle linebacker. I mean, middle linebacker looks pretty good. We don't really need one necessarily, but out of all the options I'm seeing on the board right now, I'm going to take this guy. Number 12 in true value. So, unfortunately, did not... Man, his heads looks weird, by the way. But, I mean, I can't really be too mad with that pick. I think that was a really solid pick. It was number 12 in true value. We drafted him at 59. So not hidden dev, unfortunately. We have 2 round 3 picks. So let's make the best of these and see if there's anything better on the board. All right, so strong safety is still here. Corner Husky is still here for a reason. Another tight end. So we could have waited on the tight end if we really wanted to, but we got our tight end already. The pass coverage linebacker is here. D tackle, Lee Hunter. B finesse moves, A pursuit. He looks solid. I'll take Lee Hunter. We finally get a D tackle here. The number 9 true value, drafted him 71, so reached a little bit, but gives us some options there. And we'll make our last pick here in round 3, and we'll let the assistant GM take care of the rest, even though we might have traded our round 4 because we traded a lot of late picks. But Husky is still here. Bernard is here, a tight end. Once again, we could take another tight end if we wanted to, I guess. We got a left in. I actually don't mind looking at this guy, Kelby Collins. F block shedding, but everything else looks pretty decent. So sure, Kelby Collins will be the last pick. Maybe we can move one of them at linebacker if we need to. So that will be our draft, and that will be where we ended off. So hopefully going this next season, maybe finally about to make the playoffs. So here's your lineup going into season number 3. Tua, of course, remains a quarterback. Devon Achane, Jalen Waddle, Luther Burden. You got, I don't know his last name, but it's, you know, maybe it's like Cox or something. I don't know. Pritchett, Paul Brewer, Jackson, and other Jackson. And defensively, we got Javon Holland, Chop Robinson, Brooks, Jerome Baker. That middle linebacker drafted is 75 overall. We got Watson as our pass rusher. Obviously not the greatest at all, but Jalen Thompson, Joy Porter Jr., Crawford, Hunter, and Otis. All of this looks really solid. Jalen Ramsey, Craig Smith. So we're going into next season hoping that we can finally make the playoffs here. I have a good feeling that we might finally be able to. We really addressed a lot of things we needed to address. So let's see if it pays off into a playoff berth. At the end of the season, we actually won 13 games, and that wasn't good enough to get us the bye. That's actually pretty wild. So the Ravens won 14. That's why. But we led the AFC East by a large margin. So that's all great to see. We get the Chargers in round 1, who ended up going 10-7 on the season. But let's take a look at the player stats. We get a home game to start things off. So offensively, we're 21st in the NFL. Would love to see that higher, obviously. But losing Tyreek Hill may have affected that. And defensively, 22nd in the NFL. So nothing too remotely standing out from that. But Devon Achane, 90 touchdowns, 1,000 yards in the season. Luther Burden was amazing with 1,100 yards, 4 touchdowns, 8 from Waddle. Lil Shakir was a solid third option, and our tight end was decent as well. On the defensive side of the ball, you could take a look at that correctly. Sacks-wise, we had 5 from Crawford, 4.5 from Lee Hunter, 4 from Chop Robinson, and 3.5 from Nathaniel Watson. 6 interceptions from Jerome Baker, 5 from Ramsey, 3 from Thompson, and 2 from Nick Needham, and 2 from Cam Smith, 1 from Javon Holland. So, without further ado, let's jump in. Let's play the Los Angeles Chargers, and let's see if we can win our first playoff game finally in this video. So at home here in Miami, welcoming in the Chargers, as I mentioned, we are going to get a stop to start things off, and we get a safety on us. Okay, now we're down 5-0, which is just a weird score, obviously, but we are going to kick a field goal. This has got to be a scoregami so far. 12-3 is a weird score in football, but it's the third quarter. We could score here to take the lead. Of course, we don't. It's 2 minutes, 50 seconds left on the clock already in this game. We could take a touchdown lead here if we wanted to. So let me come in and see if I can sling the ball a little bit with Tua and get us a win in this playoff game. So seeing the number signs is so weird, but I'm going to start this drive off with a run to Devon Achane, and the defenders run away the wrong way. So that was a great start. We're going to go with that again because that just gained a lot of yardage. So if they're not going to guard it, but that's going to get us not going to get us a third down. 30 inches, no gain there. Okay, so Chargers have 0 takeaways today, which is nice, but this has been a weird score. I mean, the fact that we've only put up 10 points is a little disappointing, but, you know, it is what it is. Our offense, I guess, wasn't ranked the best. So we need a first down. I'm just going to run it with Devon Achane and hope he gets the first down for us, and that's going to be the first down. So that's a first down. That'll be the 2-minute warning. All right, so now we just need to get this in the end zone. All right, so we're going to go to vertical, halfback out. Worst case scenario, we throw it up to Waddle, where we got Devon Achane. As long as he doesn't get stuck on the O-line, we got him underneath. Actually, he's not there. I couldn't get rid of it, though. There was such a weird... Okay, I don't know if I'm bugging, but there was kind of a weird... I don't know what just happened, to be honest with you. I'm trying to explain it, and I don't even know how to explain it, but like I felt like a weird thing happened to my controller, and I don't know why Tua, like, it almost like Tua like pump faked, but he didn't at the same time. I don't know how to explain it, but All right, let's see if I can. Nothing's there. Literally nothing. I could have maybe thrown it to Luther Burden, but I was about to get rushed. So I did see our tight end get open here. So I'm going to see if I can find that again and get ourselves a first down. So like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, what is going on? I can't even move. I don't know if it's just me on that play, but like, I can't even move. I'm like literally just standing there, and then like Tua like goes forward on his own. My controller stick drifting or something? I have no idea. But for some reason, they're going to leave Jalen Waddle in press. Please catch this, Jalen Waddle. Thank you. Oh my goodness. All right, so that's going to be a touchdown. I don't know what just happened, though. Like I said, I'm not sure what happened, but we got to get a stop on defense. There's 1:07 left on the clock, and we can go to the next round if we get the stop, that is. Now, they have to push this in the end zone, so we have a chance of hopefully getting a stop here. They got all 3 timeouts, so that is not an issue for them. And that's going to be almost a sack to start this drive, which would have been really nice to have, because that would have been a wasted timeout for them. But unfortunately, not where it's going to start. All right, so Jerome Baker coverage here. Let's see if we can. They're going to take it underneath, which is fine. Use that first timeout, 3rd and 7. That's only a 3-yard gain. They're not going to use that first timeout. They're instead going to go no huddle, which I respect. They're going to go, and that's a 4th down. Now, it will be 4th and 2. I feel like we bring the heat on this 4th down. Let's go weak blitz. Let's bring the heat, and let's see if we can bring Herbert down. Now, they're going to run the ball, but if we get the stop here, we in the game. And that's going to be a stop, and that is your ball game. Actually, not yet. They do have the ability to call 3 timeouts. So, if we get 1 first down, the game is over. Pitch wide receiver reverse sounds kind of crazy to do right now. It might low-key be kind of too cute to do. I'm not doing it. You know, I kind of hate it when offense coordinators get too cute sometimes. So let's just simply run the ball forward and live with the results. So now we could also take a field goal to ice this game away and make this an 8-point game. So that'll be good too. But they're going to, obviously going to stack the box. And that's going to be a first down. I can maybe even take this to the end zone. I'm going to stay in bounds. And that is your ball game. We're moving on to the next round. So now we find ourselves in the divisional round going against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's see if we can come out here and beat them to get to the AFC Championship. And we will start off with a 7-0 lead. They will tie it up, though. And we will respond with a touchdown of our own right. It's 10-14. So we stopped them to a field goal. But now they'll take the lead. We got to go score. And, of course, we don't. What about now? And we take and tie it up. All right, so 17-17. 1:46 left in the clock. All we got to do is get in this team in field goal range. That's it. It's that simple, right? We could do that. All right, so we're going to start off. Well, actually kind of like the look of this out route that we got going to Waddle right now. So we're going to take that underneath there to start this drive off, and he hung on to that. So 2nd and 5, we got 2 timeouts, so I'm not really worried about the time right now, at least not yet to this point. So I'm going to run the ball here with Achane and throw them off. Just give me a first down, Achane, and that will be a first down. So 1:20 on the clock. Like I said, all we need is field goal range. That's it. It's that simple. We could do that. So let's see if we can get, okay, that's a long developing play. I don't think I ever should have done that, but somehow that worked out. 59 seconds left. Kicker, Jason Sanders. So still a solid kicker on our roster. So just a little bit more work and we can be in field goal range. 4 verticals, but yeah, that was a long developing play. Should have never have probably clicked that play, but somehow we got it off to Devon Achane there. But once again, I got to take the, okay, that might not be there. I mean, you had to try. 3rd and 2. They played press. Good coverage there by the corner, though. So 3rd and 2. 2 timeouts. We do need a first down. Just give me inside zone here. I would have loved it to stay on the other side, but whatever. So inside zone for the first down is what I'm going to go for right now. And that's not going to be there. They're going to get a stop, 4th and 1. All right, so we're going to call timeout. I am going to go for this on 4th down, though. So let's try the inside zone again, but this time let's keep it on this side. So HB inside zone. I want to run it on the left side. So we'll see if it's there. I mean, I feel like it could be. We just need the first down. 1 yard is all I'm asking for, and that's going to be more than 1 yard. Give me a block, Waddle. If you gave me a block, oh my goodness, I might take this to the house. Actually, I'm just going to take this down, and we're not even going to give them a chance to tie this up. I could have taken it to the house, but I like the idea of just taking this down all the way. They'll obviously use their timeouts, and we will be moving on. So we'll kick our field goal, and that will be it. So let's kneel this out. Let's make sure they use their last and final timeout, and then we'll be kicking our field goal And yep, so that will be all she wrote there. All right, and let's kick our field goal. We'll call a timeout, obviously, to tie this game up. And that will be it. So, boom, there you go. 41 seconds left on the clock. Take this all the way down. And then we can kick our field goal. So, obviously, special. Where is field goal? Special team. There you go. I'm about to say, what? I can't find field goal right now. Okay, field goal. We will probably call timeout. Actually, let me just kick this. So hold it right there. All right, and then we will hit that, and that will be the ball game. We leave them 4 seconds on the clock. If they score in 4 seconds, GG's, I guess. We're moving on to the AFC Championship. AFC Championship, we draw the Cincinnati Bengals. So Joe Burrow and the Bengals come into Miami. We'll see if we can beat them to get to the Super Bowl. We start with the football. Obviously, scoring on this first drive is extremely important, and we do just that. It's 7-0. Great start to this game. We get a stop on defense, and I would have loved to have seen a 2-possession game happen, but unfortunately, we do not. But we will take a 10-7 lead, and we've held their defense to 7 in the first half, but they will score here. We'll take the lead back. It's going to be a 21-17 game, and we take the lead back 21-24, and they take the lead back. 42 seconds left on the clock. All 3 timeouts. This is it. All right, we got to go score a touchdown with 3 timeouts left available to us. All right, well, here goes nothing, man. Oh, here we go. All right, so we do have Luther Burton for a nice little gain, so we'll take that to start this drive. So we'll call our first timeout. So not a bad start to this drive. All right, I am a little nervous here. We got to get ourselves in the end zone. This is going to be tough, but we're going to try, of course. Can't really take a sack either, so I'm gonna have to take the H-hand underneath, and that's not gonna get us much either at all. Check downs are not gonna work. We have to call our second timeout. That is not a play you want to run at this point in the game. So, but there was really nothing there. So, all right, well, lock in. I'm gonna have to hit one of these guys in stride to get them in the end zone. I'm gonna have to throw a chance up to Luther Burton, and hopefully he can come down with this. Oh my goodness, bro. If he would have came down with that, that would have been freaking amazing. But we're running out of chances here. 4 verticals. We'll keep running it with Waddle and Burden. I mean, we got to keep taking chances with them. I mean, this is where we're at this point. I'm going to throw it up to Joe and Waddle again. Or this time Waddle, and that's not... Oh my goodness. He caught it, and we can call our last time out. Holy moly, he actually caught that. I did not even think that would get open. You know, this is on the 1 yard line. So we obviously can't. So we'll do what we did earlier with Waddle. We will just simply go stick, and we'll trust in Waddle to get open in this game for us. I'm going to give it to him, and he's there. That's the game. 28-30. Well, they do have 2 timeouts to try to... Nope, they can't do it. We're moving on to the Super Bowl. Holy moly. We've came in all 3 games and clutched up for this team. Now we go to the Super Bowl. Let's see if we can end this off with a championship for the Dolphins. To end off the video, we are in the Super Bowl going up against the Green Bay Packers. So let's see if we can come out here and start off with a touchdown on our first drive. No, they're going to go up 3-0. Okay. We get an interception from Jerome Baker for 72 yards, and we will go up 7-3. But they'll respond with their own touchdown, and we get nothing in the first half. So now in the second half, we're down 3. We score a touchdown. We get a stop on defense, and we'll go up 17-10. They will tie it up. It's 17-17. Every single drive or every single game so far, we have jumped in and had a play or have played like the 2-minute drill to end off the video. So why not, or to end this video so far. So why not to end off the video, do the same exact thing. I'm going to go to H-hand for the screen. There's some blocks this time around, and we will get a first down on that to start this drive. So all we got to do is get ourselves in field goal range. So let's throw them. Actually, no, let's not run the ball. Actually, yeah, let's run the ball. Let's see what we can do on... Oh, not nowhere. Okay. So that was worth a shot, but didn't really pay off at all. All right, so let's go to post-wheel drag. And like I said, all we need to do is get ourselves in field goal range. That's it. We're not asking for much. I actually have Close Shakir, I think, open. Does he come down with this? He doesn't. He does not. Okay, so now we find ourselves in 3rd and long, which isn't a great feeling. 3rd and long... they want me to run the ball on 3rd and long, which makes literally no sense at all. Like, what are we doing, Madden? Like, why would I run the ball on 3rd and long? Okay. The tight end attack. I've played this. All right. So let's see if we can get our tight end. So once again, I'm not playing. I'm not calling that play anymore. They're gonna call. I mean, it's a tie game, so we could just punt here. I'm not calling tight end attack anymore. There's a weird, like, I don't know how to explain it. There's like a weird hesitation. I can't obviously. I obviously can't like just. I have to punt here. So let's punt and let's make sure we get this out of the area, and let's try to hold them out of field goal range. And we might be going to overtime in the Super Bowl. So, or they might end us here. So let's see what happens. And they kick the field goal and win the game. So it wasn't meant to be. I mean, it is what it is, guys. I'm gonna end it on that note. So we get the Super Bowl. The Packers get in field goal range. I should have played defense. I decided not to. I thought maybe the defense could hold up, but I was wrong. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one. This is Crushables saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.